My name is Tasneem. I'm the Senior Manager at 98 Percentile in the HR department. And today we did a wonderful drive with XLR. It was amazing right from the very beginning, from the very first day when I got in touch with them till today. I think it was an extremely smooth journey with them. There were multiple follow-ups done by the representatives in order to check that we would be, what time we would be coming, how many people would be coming, what vehicle we would get. To that extent, they were so precise in giving all the information to us. It was extremely great to get associated with them and have a drive at XLR campus. So we are very, very happy that we got a chance to do this. Now, coming to the students, what XLR had, I think they were extremely enthusiastic. They were well prepared. They were aware of what they are coming for. I think there was some back-end preparation which they did that was commendable. They also were very confident and they were open to any kind of thing we were asking them to do. That was I think the best part. Now, I really hope we have a very, very fruitful association with each one of them and XLR in future. We are really looking forward to have many more drives like this.
Hi everyone, my name is Prachi Sharma and I'm the Senior Project Manager for IT Department at 98th Percentile. So today we were here for this IT bootcamp, right, this technical drive and at XLR. So it was a great experience and I would feel that the students, they are the freshers, right, but it doesn't seem like that. So if I talk about their technical and cognitive ability, they all seems pretty good in that. And that's what I felt, and I guess they have been taught pretty well at XLR, so that's how they have performed good in their aptitude and the technical tests. So I wish them all the best, and it was a very great experience over here.
Hi, this is Patan, Technology Consulting Manager from 98th Percentile. We visited XLR for the campus placement drive and it went very well today. Ms. Ambika, Ms. Pragati, everyone received us greatly here and we had a lot of enjoyable time here. The students even had great experience with us. They were interactive, they had good aptitude and all the technological skills they showed. I think they were all well, and we really appreciate their time that they spared to us, and I think we will be doing a great job. We are expecting a lot of people to be hired from them. Let's see. It was a great experience altogether.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
From entering into the cyber tower to exiting out of this tower, the XLR team has been received me with such a care and pleasure.
I am the part of this XLR since 4 months. From the third month itself, they have conducted the placement sessions from the third month itself, and this is the fourth month, and this is the 98th percentile is one of the placement drive I have attended so far, and attending to this drive is such a good experience for me. All the HRs and the team made us feel very comfortable and confident.
XLR helped me a lot, and I experienced a lot of things today. So I'm really hope to be I placed in that company. I'm confident about that. Thank you.
This was my first association with XLR. I had got
Good evening, all. Murli Mohan sir, good evening. Is my voice audible?
Yeah, hi, Sumita.
Hello. Good evening, sir. This is Murli Mohan sir, right?
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay. Yes, sir. You can go ahead and you can start the session.
Yeah. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Hey, hi, guys. Good evening, everyone. Could you please confirm, are you guys able to hear me?
Yes.
I wanted to hear more responses from you all and be active. Today is very important session for us. Yes, Sivaramaraju, I see your hand is raised. Do you have any question for me? He didn't join with the... Okay. So first of all, I would like to recap what we discussed in yesterday's session. See, if you guys are getting any kind of voice breaks or you are getting any kind of issues, just try to let me know that. I'm just going to change the network because it is cyclone. It is raining here. You may get some disturbance with the network you are going to get. I'm sure for that, but try to understand about it. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. So in yesterday's session, we have discussed about the the topic. I'll just try to summarize the points what we have discussed about in yesterday's session. Okay. In yesterday's session, we have discussed about the what is SDLC. SDLC stands for the software development life cycle. Okay. Yeah. See, we have discussed about what is meant by SDLC. SDLC stands for the software development lifecycle. That is what we have discussed about yesterday's session. And also we have discussed about what is the requirements gathering, what is design, what is the development phase, what is testing phase, deployment and maintenance. These are the different kind of things which we have discussed about in yesterday's session. And also we have discussed about the what is the methodologies. That means what is meant by waterfall model. Also, we have discussed about what is agile methodology. And here we have discussed about the advantages versus the disadvantages. And we have drawn the conclusion about the why we require DevOps it is. See, so whenever you're trying to discussing about the development team and software, operations team, see, we have divided this IT industry into the two teams, right? One is nothing but dev team. Another one is nothing but operations team it is. See, this is nothing but my dev team. See, dev stands for the development team it is. Okay. This is nothing but the development team it is. Now, and we have something it is called as we have something it is called operations team it is. See, we have discussed about roles and responsibilities of what is development team, what is operations team developments here. See, when I talk about the responsibilities, first, this development team responsible for the planning. Okay, this is responsible for the planning. And the second one, it is responsible for the design. And third one, it is responsible for the implementation it is. Now, the fourth one, it is nothing but a testing it is. See, once we have done with the implementation part, then we have to go with the testing it is. See, whenever you have done with the testing part, see, before Chandrayaan 3, it is going to launch, they're going to perform different kind of test cases, like they have performed the simulation testing, they perform different kind of testings, and they are going to send this application to where? They send this application to inside my operations team. So this is what we have to understanding about how this application is going to be tested. And once they tested this application, they have sent this application to the operations team. See, operations team is primary responsibilities of a deployments. See, what we discussed about deployment. See, whenever you have done with this or whenever you want done with the testing here, we should understanding about what is minimum deployment. See, deployment is nothing but the process of the installing application in the server. That is what we can call as a deployment. See, once we have done with the deployment, then we have to go with the infrastructure setup it is. That means before you are going to deploy the application, we have to understanding about how we can able to maintain the servers. See, whenever you take any kind of application, it may be like, Java application or take Python application or you take web application. So when you take any kind of application, all the applications we are trying to deploy inside the where? The servers. So the configuration of the servers has to be taken care by the operations team. So now, and also they have to taking care of the monitoring it is. So what is meant by monitoring it is, see, monitoring it is nothing but how this application has to be a monitor. See, monitor is basically means, see, whenever you have deployed the application, we have to understanding about what is the CPU utilization, what is the memory utilization, that everything has to be taken care by the operations team. And also they have to taking care of the data backups here. So that's what we can just need to understanding about data, the backups. These are the different types of the responsibilities of a operations team. See, we have, before we talk about the problems we are going to face with the software development team and operations team, there is something which we have to understand about the what exactly testing it is going to perform. See, whenever you want to test the application, the testing the application on my local machine. Let's say, for example, I have written the Java source code in my local machine. I'm running in my laptop. It is working fine. So if I share the same source code with any of your, like, for example, if I share with Sushmita, or when I share with Hari Krishna, and asking them to run the code in their local missions. See, whenever I would like to share the code with Hari Krishna and I ask them to run the code, what will happen? It is going to be get failed, because before you are going to run the application, we have to install the dependencies. Whenever you have to install dependencies, then only we can able to execute this packet Java, the source code. That's what we have to understanding about what exactly we have to perform the operations. So whenever we have to do with the operations team, see, operations are very, very important. That means we have to taking care of the deployments. We have to taking care of the monitor. So once we have sent the software development team, this software operations team, they're going to deploy the application inside the server cities. So when they're trying to deploy the application servers, they may get dependency issues, they may get application issue. So whenever they're getting any kind of issues, they're trying to again send it back to software development team. Now the operation team trying to communicate to the software development team saying that there are some issues with the application. I'm unable to deploy the application in a server. Could you please check it is once? There is something what is going to be happening over there. So whenever you're trying to check that why the software it is not working, what is the problem which you're going to face? Now again, software development team trying to recheck the configurations, retest the application, everything they are going to do that. So we can see that whenever they're trying to the perform, again they're trying to send back to the operations team it is. So this is something which we have to understand about. There is no proper communication between the software development team, operations team, and there is no proper cooperation between software development team and operations team. See, this leads to a problem here. See, whenever you are not going to deploy the application on time, my client is going to shut on me, like, shout on me. That means you are not delivering the application on time it is. So you know that when the software, whenever you go to any IT industry, if the client, if you are not delivering the application to the client on time, you have to pay back some amount to the client it is. That is a reason only we have to always deliver the application before deadline, and we have to showcase to the, or we have to tell to the Spectre software development team. Now to make sure that deployment happen very smoothly, and to make sure that to fill the gap, there is a bit whatever the gap between the software development team, operations team, we have something it is called as a DevOps it is. See, DevOps yesterday also explained about it is a combination of the software development plus operations. Now, the primary responsibility of a DevOps is basically it is going to resolve some problems, which is nothing but the communication it is. It is going to resolve the communication, and it is going to tell you about the collaboration, and it is going to focus on the automation it is. This is what basically we have to understand about what is meant by communication, what is meant by collaboration, and what is meant by the automation it is. These are the major things which we have to understand about the what exactly you are trying to perform the communication, the collaboration, automation. Now let's try to understand about what are the challenges which the software development team or operations team is going to face. Some of the challenges. So before we jump into DevOps lifecycle, I try to understand about the what is DevOps definition, and we'll talk about the what are the challenges which we are going to face. See, whenever you go with the software DevOps here, we can see DevOps is a combination of, or we can say it is a combination of the culture, the philosophies, set of practices, and set of tools. See, DevOps is all about the set of tools and set of practices. It is a philosophies. See, it is not a programming language. It is not a scripting language. It is all about it is the philosophies and the set of practices, a set of tools, which we are going to use in the respective DevOps methodologies. it is going to increase an organization ability to deliver an application and the services at higher velocity. That's what we have to understand about what is meant by the DevOps is all about. So it is going to increase the organization ability to deliver the applications and the services at a higher velocity, evolving and improving the products at the faster pace. See, whenever you want to deliver the application the faster pace, definitely we require something it is called as a DevOps is all about. So it is going to combine or it is going to do something it is called as a it is a combination of dev plus it is a combination of a operations team. See, it is going to enable the organization to be better, serve their customers and I would say we can see compete more efficiently and the market here. See, whenever you would like to compete in the market, the basically we have to require the four things. One is nothing but faster delivery, higher quality, lesser spending, and availability of the service. These are the four major areas. If you take any organization, they have to focus is all about. See, it is going to enable the organization in a better serve the customer. See, once your customer is got satisfied, what will do? They are going to give the more business. See, whenever I have to take up the any projects, we are trying to impress the client. We are trying to give the higher quality to the client so that when the client is got satisfied, you are going to get more projects. It is the same thing. DevOps is basically it is going to all about the enables the organization to better service their customers and compete the more effectively in the market. That is what basically we have to understand about why DevOps we require it is. See, whenever you go to the development team or operations team, we see that what are the challenges they're going to face. See, whenever you go with the dev team, we can see that the waiting time for the code deployment waiting time for the code deployment. See, whenever I had developed some code, if it is working fine in my deployment in the production environment, then I can go to pitch for the next task it is. If this is not working properly, I have to rework on the same project or I have to rework on the same task. Until that, I don't want to take up the new task it is. So that is what is the dev is one of the biggest challenge because whenever the software development team has develop the code, they don't know about whether the code is going to work properly in the production environment or not it is. That is basically what you are going to get something it is called as a dev challenges here. Okay. Now, after that, what we can see that. Yeah. So whenever you talk about the second option, we can see there is a pressure of work on hold pending the new code. See, whenever you have a old code it is done, that means we have to first complete the work on hold. Then we have to go to the option name. It is called as the new code has to be work it is. That is what is the biggest challenge this basically which we have to take and we have to understanding about what is a DevOps challenges which you are going to take it is. See now when you talk about the operations here, we can see what are the problems which you're going to face the operation challenges it is. See, it is difficult to maintain the uptime of the production environment. See, when there are more number of servers which is going to work, we have to understanding about how this is going to be work it is. See, whenever you're trying to deploy the application, the servers, you have to taking care of the server downtime. See, you have to be careful about the how the application is going to be work properly or how the application is working or not. Just a minute. Yeah. So whenever you just go to the operation challenges, we have to understanding about what are the challenges which you're trying to take it is. See, the operation team challenges is basically to taking care of the infrastructure, to taking care of the server cities. See, whenever you take about the any servers, for example, you have the application. For example, you take the Flipkart application. So Flipkart application is working fine right now, right? But imagine that if the Flipkart application is going to be not working for the 1 hour or 30 minutes, you think about in that perspective, what kind of challenges you're going to face. You are going to get application downtime. Due to that, there is a huge the business loss you're going to get it. That's what we are trying to understanding about what is the challenges you are going to get in the operation challenges over here. So it is going to difficult to maintain the uptime of the production environment. That is what we have to understanding about the operation challenges. So now we have to tool to automate the infrastructure. See, whenever you take about any kind of infrastructure, so whenever you require the automate, so how we are trying to perform the automation. So whenever you want to perform the automation, we need some tools like we need Terraform, or we need like Ansible to automate the infrastructure. So that is a kind of tool chains which we required when you talk about the automation infrastructure. So whenever there is an application, you take Flipkart or Amazon, Myntra, you take Hotstar, you take Geo Cinemas. See, the application is not working only one server. There are some multiple servers, same application is going to work, and we have to monitor each and every server it is. See, as a human, for us, it's very difficult to monitor the each and every server it is. To overcome that difficult, to overcome that challenges, we need some tools to monitor all the servers it is. That is the reason you are going to get something it is called as a operation challenges it is. Now, it's difficult to diagnose and provide the feedback of the product it is. So these are the what are the different kind of challenges which you are going to get it is. So difficult to maintain the uptime of the production environment, and tools to automate the transfer infrastructure management are not effective it is. So these are the challenges you are going to face it is. To overcome all the challenges, there is a one-step solution, or there is a one solution which you got. There is something it is called as a DevOps. See, DevOps is all about it is a combination of the software development plus operations team. That is what we have to understanding about what exactly mean by the DevOps it is all about. Now, clear? Anyone have any questions right now? I wanted to get responses in the chat. Could you please, can I get responses? Or if you have any questions, you can ask. No questions? Okay, I see the couple of responses. Now, the very important point, which we are trying to discussing about right now, that is nothing but a DevOps life cycle. This is very, very important points. Okay. Now, why every organization they go for the DevOps? What is the problems they are it is going to resolve these problems. See, these are the benefits you are going to get whenever you go with the DevOps. The first one is nothing but a fast solution it is. the fast solution. The second one is going to increase the efficiency. That means we can able to complete the work with is the less span of time it is. That's what we have to understanding about increase the efficiency. Next one, it is going to improve the customer experience. It is going to improve the customer experience. Then it is going to provide the faster ROI. These are the different kind of benefits you are going to get the when you go with the DevOps, and it is going to improve the performance, and it is going to perform the continuous improvement and reduce the failures and rollback. It is these are the different kind of benefits you are going to get whenever you go with the DevOps. See, the first one is nothing but a culture transformation. See, what is mean by culture transformation? How the you are going to transfer the culture when you're discussing about the DevOps it is. See, it is nothing but the process automation, or we can say it is nothing but process transformation, technology transformation, automate everything, and we can able to perform something it is called as a adoption of the tools it is right now. This is what we have to understanding about DevOps adoption it is. See, culture transformation, process transformation, technology transformation, automate everything, and adoption of the tools it is. So these are the different kind of the benefits, or we can say adoptions, which we are trying to taking care of the every organization. The culture transformation. See, culture transformation is nothing but every organization can able to take up, and they can able to do this particular options nothing but the culture transformation. The second one is nothing but a process transformation. See, process transformation is all about whenever you are trying to understanding about process. See that whenever the DevOps came into the market, the complete software industry got changed. You will understand about after some time how the process exactly it is going to change with this particular the process transformation. See, everyone is trying to adapting the DevOps in their organization. So why? Because it is going to provide the faster delivery, it is going to provide the high quality, and it is going to perform the automation without human intervention. That means you don't require the human, but we can able to automate the things it is that we can do with help of the DevOps in adoption it is. Now we can see that whenever you discuss about SDLC lifecycle, all the phases, whatever you see yesterday, all the phases of the SDLC, like we have a plan and we have a code, we have a build, we have a test, and we have a release, we have a deploy, we have a operate, and we have a monitor it is. See, whenever you're discussing about DevOps life cycle, you see that there is an infinity symbol. Why it is infinity symbol? See, it is going to be never ending process. My DevOps is never is going to be ending here. That is the reason you can see there is an infinity symbol it is. Say infinity stands for the it is never ending process. That's what it is all about the DevOps life cycle it is. See, for every stage of the SDLC, there are tools which we're going to use to perform the set of tasks it is. See, when you go to the planning, we use some tools. When you go with the coding, use some tools. When you want to build the application, you don't require to human intervention. We can able to build with help of the tools. You want test, we can use tools. You want release the application, we use some tools. Every phase of the SDLC, definitely we are going to use some DevOps tools, which we are going to perform the automation with help of the DevOps lifecycle of the each and every phase. You see that every phase of the application, we have a different kind of options it is. See, whenever you go to the software development, whenever you go to the code, whenever you want to go build, whenever you want to go test, whenever you are go to release, we can see that every phase of the SDLC, you are going to face every area of the tool it is. So don't worry about look at the picture. I'll take you to the diagram. I'm just draw my diagram. I'm going to explain about the each and every tool, what we are, why we are going to use this tools it is. Okay. Now the next the 15 minutes of which I'm just going to explain, it's a very important. Okay. Try to understanding about the how you are going to perform all these SDLC lifecycle with help of the different set of tools. So DevOps is all about the set of tools. For every phase of the SDLC phase, we are going to use some tools to automate the complete things it is. So let's try to understand about it right now. The name of the tools, or we can say, yeah. So I'm just trying to create the blank diagram. Click on the create. Yes. I'm just trying to creating one diagram. Yeah. So we can see that what are the different, just go to that scratch pad. Why it's showing about different way. Let me go on the more shapes. Apply. 1 second. I'll try to draw the typo. Yeah. Now, when look at my screen, I'm just going to, yeah. So now I'm just going to explain about the everything here. So I need something, it is called tools. Let's go to here. I need the drag the elements here. Yeah. So now I'll select this particular whichever I required. 1 second, the shapes. I'm not able to get it. 1 second. No diagram it is. Yeah. So now we can see that whenever we have this software development team, we have a software development team. Try to understand. We have a software development team. See, what is this? Whenever I say about this software development team, it is a group of people. So whenever you talk about the software development team, it is talk about the group of people. So when we have the software development team, when they would like to share the source code with one to other, or for example, we have a client, the client is located at the Singapore location. The client is looking at Singapore location. Now I just want to understand about how do you going to share the source code with the from here to the Singapore location. We have to understanding about how we can able to share the source code. See, whenever you like to share the source code, how you are going to share the source code. So whenever you want to share the code, we don't want to use the any email address, or we don't want to use the pen drives, or we don't want to send to the Gmail address it is. Then how we can able to share the code? So whenever you want to share the code, we need something it is called as the code repositories. See, code repositories are nothing but like GitHub or Bitbucket or GitLab. See now, we are trying to push the source code into where? Into the GitHub repositories. Now GitHub is nothing but a code repository where you're going to store the code in the cloud it is. See, whenever you go with the source code, we are going to store the code in the GitHub repositories. See, this is nothing but the repository. So whenever I talk about repository, which is nothing but a storage, which is available in the cloud. See, even though if the software development team is any of the person is got not able to come to the office, I don't want to depending on him. I can able to get the code from the repository it is. See, whenever you just go to here, we can able to see that there is a repository. In the repository, we are going to store the code. We are going to store the code, and we can see that I'm just going to store the code inside the GitHub repository. Now, whenever you have the source code, then what you are going to do that? Are we going to deploy the application inside the servers? No, right? We want to check that whether the software development team has developed this strong code or not. If the software code is not strong, hackers may hack your application. You may hearing about the hackers going to hack the application. How the hackers are going to hack the application? They are going to hack the application if the application source code is not stronger. If there is any vulnerabilities, if there is any kind of code smells, it is easy to hacker to hack the websites. That is the reason we have to make sure that whenever the software development team is going to develop the code, we want to check the code quality. Now, how are you going to check the quality? Are we going to check manually? You want to become expert. You have to learn about each and every programming language. You have to learn about the each and every rule of the software programming like Python or Java or like Go languages. So you have to understand about the each and every programming language, and we have to read about the each and every rule. So now, whenever we have the software development team, we have the GitHub repository. We can see that we don't need to check the code quality with help of the manually, right? Now I want to check the code quality with help of the DevOps tool. So whenever you want to check the code quality, we have tool. It is nothing but the Sonar Cube. See, Sonar Cube is one of the DevOps tool, which is basically going to check the code quality. So whenever you want to check the code quality, we use the Sonar Cube. See, in the Sonar Cube, what we can do, in the Sonar Cube, we have something, it is called a set of rules. We have something, it is called as the set of rules. It is set of rules. Now, so when you take something, it is called Java. When you take the Python or when you take the Go languages, so you take any kind of programming languages, what we'll do, we have to understanding about the how we are trying to perform the different kind of rules it is. So if the rules are going to met by the whatever the code we have written by the software development team. So whenever we have written the source code, the software development team push the source code into the GitHub repository. And here, if you want to check the code quality, we use something, it is called as a SonarQube server it is. Now you may ask the question, how the server is going to check the code quality? So it contains the different kind of rules. Whenever you just go to the SonarQube server, it contains the different set of rules. That based on the rules, what we'll do, it is going to check the code quality. That is a major responsibilities of a SonarQube server it is. Now, once you check the SonarQube server, now we have something, it is called as a build it is.
Display is a tab.
Guys, now we have to build the application. See, why do you want to build the application? Whatever the software engineers are going to write the programmings, they may write the code by using Java. They may use the code by using Python. They may write the code by using any of these programming languages. See, the programming languages will not understand with the computer. So then how the computer will understand about the programs? So the computer will not understanding about the, the programming languages. So we have to convert the source code into the computer executable packages. See, for example, in Windows, if you are going to install any software, what you do that? You are going to install something, it is called as a .exe file or .msa file. Now, how we are going to get it here? See, for example, if I want to install the MongoDB server, okay, let's go to here. MongoDB server, I need to install MongoDB, the server download. So when you go to the MongoDB server download, if you just go inside this particular MongoDB, you see that what is you're going to get it, how the server is going to be get it over here. Now, whenever you want to download it right now, we can see you have to download this particular .exe file or .msa file we have to download right now. So when I click on the start free here, we can see that it is going to ask you about the to create the cloud database. Now it is a free of cost, right? The same thing here. Whenever you're trying to build application, build it is nothing but we have to convert that the source code into the a computer understandable language. Say, for example, you have a Java programming language. When you're going to compile the source code, what you're going to get? You're going to get something it is called as a dot class file. That class file you are going to run by the Java virtual machine. So you're going to get the desired output. The same thing, we have to build the application. Now, how we are going to build the application? Whenever you want to build the application, we need something it is called as a Maven here. See, Maven is a tool which is going to help you for the build the application. If you want to build the application, we need the Maven is a tool. So if we want to build a Java application, we are going to use Maven. In case the software development team has developed the application by using the Node.js, we need something it is called as a NPM tool. Like, so whenever you're trying to use different programming languages, we use different tools we required. So now, so whenever you are going to use something, it is called .NET, we need something it is called as a MS Builder. So like that, we have different tools which is going to be helpful for the build the applications it is. Now, whenever you talk about the build it is, we have to understanding about how to convert the source code into the computer understandable languages. Now, whenever we have done with the build here, now we have to understanding about the what is the next step it is. What is your approach? See, once we have build the application, you are going to get the executable files. So this executable files you are going to run in a server cities. See, we have you're going to get the executable files. Executable files are nothing but like, jar files. You are going to get the war files. You are going to get the year files. You are going to get the Docker images. See, these are the different kinds of the executable files you are going to get it. See, whenever you just go to jar files, we can see that we have something it is called as a Java applications. When you go to the war it is nothing but web application archives. And if you go to the year files, we nothing but enterprise application archives. When you go to here, we can see there is something it is called as a Docker images. What exactly you are going to build a Docker images here. That's what we are trying to understanding about it. See now, whenever you're trying to understanding about, yes. Okay. Yeah. So whenever you try to understanding about the, yeah, whenever you're trying to understanding about the, what is build it is. So whenever you are trying to build right now, we can see that what is the different kind of the applications you are going to get it here. See now, whenever you're trying to check now, this artifacts, whatever you are going to get. See, you are not going to develop the application a single or in a month on a single day, right? It has to be implemented like, like monthly, every month we are going to perform some releases. You're going to get some versions like version 1, version 2, version 3. So whenever you are going to get the different versions of the artifact, where you are going to store all the artifacts. See, for that, we need something it is called as a Nexus tool. See, Nexus is nothing but a artifact repository tool it is. This is very, very important tool. This is nothing but artifactory repository. So this tool, it is going to help you to understanding about the what exactly we have to do that. So whenever you try to understanding about what is meant by a Nexus artifact repository tool, which is basically going to help you to store all the artifacts. See, you may take any kind of artifacts like war files, or you take the year files, or you take any kind of artifact. What will do that? All the artifacts we can able to store inside the Nexus repository. So you take any kind of artifacts like, you just take the Nexus, or you take the any kind of artifact repository tools, we can see that all the artifacts which is going to be over here. Now, whenever you try to understanding about what is artifact repository tools, we have to understanding about what exactly it is and how we are trying to store it is. So if we can take any kind of artifacts, all the artifacts we can store inside the Nexus repository. The Nexus repository, we can see that I can able to store the artifacts. Now, once we have stored the artifacts, then we can able to perform something. It is called as a testing over here. See, once we have to testing is going to play a crucial role. So how we are going to test the application? Whenever you want to perform testing here, we use something it is called as a JUnit, or we use something it is called as a, like we can able to use the JUnit, or we can use something it is called as a artifact repository tools, or when you want to perform automation testing, we use something it is called as a the Selenium it is. So we are going to use different tools, basically, which is going to help you to perform the testing it is. That's what we are going to perform the testing it is. So once you have done with the testing with help of the JUnit, Selenium, we have to perform the deployment. What is my deployment? See, whenever you want to test the application, that means my application working perfect. It is all right. I'm not going to face any kind of issues. So the testing team is going to perform the different kind of test cases. See, we have something it is called as the functional testing. The functional testing, or they're going to perform something it is called as a non-functional testing it is. So whenever you want to perform the functional testing, non-functional testing, to determine, to identify that any kind of bugs which is available inside my application. If the application doesn't contain any bugs, then we can say that this application 100% work, that we can deploy inside where? Inside the server it is. That is what the basically which you're going to perform the testing it is. See, once we have done with the testing, then we have to go something it is called as a deployment. See, deployment is all about the how you are going to perform the deployment of the application. See, whenever you want to deploy the application, we need a tool. It is called as a, yeah. So we need a tool that is nothing but we need something it is called as a Docker here. See, Docker is one of the a tool where you are going to deploy the application inside the Docker containers. See, now we are going to use something it is called as the Docker. See, Docker is a containerization tool. See, once you guys learn the Docker Kubernetes before you go for the campus placements, I can show that you are going to get the placement and you can able to hire any of the organization, because all the organizations they are going to requesting, or they're going to looking for the skill set or the skillful person who is very good at Docker, who is very good at Kubernetes. Because I used to train the employees in the organization, I got most of the requirements for the Docker and Kubernetes. You can find me in LinkedIn, you can search my profile, we can able to see that the many of the organization they are going to get it the Docker and Kubernetes requirements. So where we're going to deploy the application? So whenever you want to deploy the application, we have to go something it is called as a deployment. We are going to do with help of the Docker. So where exactly you're going to deploy application in a Docker containers? See, container is like a virtual machine where you are going to run your application inside the a Docker container. So for deployment, which tool we are going to use? Docker. To manage your application, whenever you have deployed the application, we need something it is called as a Kubernetes. So when you talk about the Kubernetes, it is one of the most demanded tool. See, I hope you guys are aware about the YouTube application, right? How many of you guys are using YouTube application? Can you just raise your hand? Someone is not aware about the YouTube application? No, right? Even small kid know about the YouTube application. See, everybody you started watching the reels. So have you think about it throughout the worldwide, how many customers are using a YouTube application? So let me just show you that. Let's try to mention about the YouTube application access, or we can say YouTube application traffic every day. Traffic every day. Okay. You see that how many customers are going to get the access of the YouTube application it is. So how much traffic does get the YouTube? See, YouTube are going to get the 4.95 billion monthly active users. So we can see that YouTube sees approximately 122 million users per day. You think about it, how many customers trying to access the YouTube application? But have you seen that anytime application downtime? Are you facing any kind of challenges with the YouTube? No, right? Every day, whenever you are going to open YouTube application, if your internet connection is very fast, we can able to get it the fraction of seconds it is. So like that, you take the any of the Google applications like Gmail server, like you take YouTube application, you take Google Maps. See, Google Maps are going to use widely throughout the world, but I never heard about in my career. YouTube is down. You can say that Google Maps is down, or Gmail is down, Google Docs is down, because all the applications, whatever you're going to use by the Google products, they're going to manage all their applications with the help of the Kubernetes. So Kubernetes is going to perform the auto scaling, load balancing, and self-healing features. That is the reason only you are not going to get the application downtime. So I was frequently talking about the application downtime. What exactly mean by application downtime? If your server is capacity to handle the 100 requests. If you're getting more than 100 requests to my server is going to be crashed. If the server is going to be crashed, you are not able to access the application. Even if you hit www.flipkart.com, you are going to get the application downtime. That is what basically we have to understand about the what is my application downtime. To understanding about it, or to understand about how you don't want to get application downtime. See, everybody is watching IPL, right? Last month, the entire up to June, sorry, up to May 20th, everybody is busy with IPL, right? From the March till May, we'll be watching the IPL. Have you seen that IPL traffic anytime? See, first it will start with the 10 lakhs, 20 lakhs. After that, 50 lakhs, 1 crore, 2 crore, 3 crore, 4 crore, 5 crore, 6 crore. If we see certain time, for example, if when they are going to play CSK versus Mumbai Indians, or the CSK versus Bangalore RCB, you see that a lot of fans are there for the CSK and RCB. Approximately, they are going to watch the 40 CR people are going to watch. So have we imagine that 40 CR people are going to watch an video which is streaming in the Jio cinemas. Have we think about it? You're going to get application downtime. How we are going to manage application down? So the Jio cinemas are going to use something it is called as a Kubernetes. That is the reason only you are not going to get the application downtime. You see that when you go to the Jio cinemas, Jio cinemas is using the Kubernetes. We can see that it is using Kubernetes or not. See, GeoCinemas uses a variety of open source proprietary technologies, including Java, Spring Boot, Kubernetes, Docker, Redis, MySQL. You see that it is clearly telling that my GeoCinema application is going to running on top of the Kubernetes. Why? Because why we have to go with the Kubernetes means there is something it is called a three features. So Kubernetes is going to perform the, or it is going to provide the three major features. The first one is nothing but the auto scaling. Okay. The second one, it is nothing but the load balancing. Okay. LG and CNG load balancing. And third one, it is all about the what we can say, nothing but self-healing it is. If any of the server is goes down, my Kubernetes is going to recreate the same kind of application inside the pod it is. So auto scaling means, hey, let's for example, this is my server. I try to understand about it. Okay, it's a very important it is. So when you talk about the, for example, this is my server. Okay, I'm getting every day 10 lakhs customers. Okay, I'm getting every day 10 lakhs customers. So but whenever you go to, I had deployed the Flipkart applications as a server. Think about it, okay? Now, you guys are all aware about the big billion sales, big billion days, okay? Or we can say, I can call it the flash sales. So whenever you go to the flash sales, you see that. See, I have announced the sales be at 12 a.m. IST today. Okay, when those who are the customers are coming towards my application, they're going to get flat 60% offer. See, I am talking about the flat, not up to. When you go to any shopping malls, see, they'll mention about 60% in big letters, but up to they'll mention small letters. When you look at the 60%, you are going to feel very happy. But when you're going to purchase some products with the 5,000 rupees, you think that you're going to 60% off, but when you go to billing counter, they'll give 10% discount. So you ask why it is 10%. You see it is going to mention about up to 60%. That means you're not going to get up to 60%. It is up to, it may or you may get. That is what? 60%. But when I'm giving 60% discount, for example, I'm going to selling the Apple phone now. It is for 50,000. I'm selling for the 20,000 it is. So you are getting more number of customers. See, every minute there are 20 lakhs customers hitting my servers. Every minute 30 lakhs customers are hitting my server. Whenever the traffic it is got increased, we have to understanding about how we are trying to manage the traffic. See, we have to perform there is something it is called as the scale up it is. See, scale up it is nothing but whenever the traffic it is got increased, we have to increase the more number of servers. So what is my scale down? It is, see, if you want to keep running all the servers in the background, you have to pay for the amount. So I don't want to pay the amount. I have to reduce the cost for my organization. How we are going to reduce the cost to the organization? So whenever you want to reduce the cost to the organization, we have to perform the scale down. That means whenever the more number of servers are requesting here, we have to decrease the number of servers. So whenever you want to decrease the more number of servers, that means you're going to get the less price it is. That's what you are going to perform it is. So this is what exactly why we require to go for the Kubernetes. So when you want to monitor the application, see, once you deploy the application, there is nothing end. We have to monitor the application. So what is mean by monitor? What is mean by the monitor? See, monitor, it is all about you are going to check that how the application is going to be work. Like we have to understanding about the CPU utilization, and we have to understanding about the memory utilization. Like how much CPU is got utilized, how much memory it is got utilized, that we have to monitor when you're discussing about the Kubernetes. So when you deploy application, we have to understand about how much traffic is coming to application and what is the traffic is in, what is the traffic out. That everything we have understanding about when you're discussing about this particular, the monitoring it is. So try to understand about how we are trying to monitor the application. So whenever you try to understanding about the monitoring, we have to understanding about the Prometheus. The Prometheus is one of the DevOps tool which is going to help you to monitor the application. Prometheus and Grafana. Whatever so far I explained, this is everything is about the tools. Tools are very, very important at playing the crucial role. See how to going to automate here. So whenever you want to automate, we have something it is called as a Jenkins server. See, we have Jenkins server, which is going to automate the complete the CI/CD pipelines. See, when the software development team is going to, whenever the software development team has the push the code, my Jenkins server pull that code automatically, and it is going to perform the automation. See, whenever the software development team push the code, my Jenkins will pull that code. It will send it for the SonarQube server to check the code quality. Then it is going to send it for the build for the Maven. It is sent for the Nexus to store the repository. Then it is going to send it for the testing purpose. Then it is going to deploy the application in a Docker. Then it is going to deploy the application in the Kubernetes, and it is going to monitor the application. So these are the different kind of activities which is going to perform by this particular who there's nothing but the Jenkins it is. That's what basically we have to understanding about how this is going to be work. That is the reason only we have to understanding about what is meant by DevOps life cycle, how it is going to be work with the DevOps lifecycle it is. See, it is all about the set of tools, how we are going to perform the automation it is. That's what we have to understanding about what is exactly mean by the DevOps tools. Now we can see that when you look at this presentation here, whatever we discussed, everything it is over here. We can see for the code, we have a Git. For build, we have a Maven. For test, we have a Selenium or JNet. For release, we have Jenkins server. For deploy, we have Docker. For operate, we have the Kubernetes. For monitor, we use Prometheus and Grafana. This is the complete DevOps tools which you are going to use for the build and deployment process it is. See, we don't need to depending on the person. As soon as software development team push the code, you are trying to deploy the code in the servers without human intervention or without human involvement. This is the kind of the automation which we are going to perform as a DevOps engineer. That is the reason they are giving more salaries. Recently, one of my friend with the 6 years of experience, he got 40 lakhs package. You believe or not? He is selected for the IBM. He is going to join in the month of the August. He's got this 40 lakhs package only for the 6 years. Think about it. If you're getting more years of experience, how much a package you're going to get. So if you want to get higher package, you want to get good good salaries, definitely I can recommend you guys to learn the DevOps perfectly. So there is more number of videos is available on my YouTube channel. You can go ahead and try to search and you'll able to find the link and you can able to search the more number of videos. Okay. Anyone have any questions so far? It is a bit faster, but try to understand about once again. Now, if you have any questions, ask. I'm just going to clarify your doubts. I see only 5 responses. I have 34 participants, but I see about the if you guys have any questions, please try to ask. It is not about simply you're logging, I'm teaching something, you're listening and going. It doesn't work. Okay. You have to always be proactive and you should ask many questions whenever you got this kind of opportunity.
Sir, thank you. Will be wind up today. We'll continue on Monday, sir. We all meet on Monday.
Yes. Thank you, guys. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Thank you, students. Good night, all.